Alrighty, so first off, do you want to introduce yourself and your creative career?
All right, so my name is Robert Sher-Mechherndl, and my creative career, okay, it was, so I started as a ballet dancer, and then as a principal ballet dancer in mainly European companies like Dutch National Ballet, Bavarian State Ballet. So I danced all the classics, all the main principal parts, and also at the same time worked with a lot of choreographers who created pieces on me and so on. And so that's sort of my career beginning. So I started, God, when I was like 8 years old. With 14, I had my first contract, and then from there on, it went on and on and on. And then close to my end of my ballet career, so as a principal dancer, I started already choreographing in different workshops, in Bavarian State Ballet, Dutch National, Scabino Ballet. So that's how sort of I slowly touched, sort of put my my wings out and checked it out, what's going on. And since since I moved here, so that's quite a while ago, to the States, probably over 20 years. We have Lemon Sponge Cake Contemporary Ballet, and in Lemon Sponge Cake Contemporary Ballet, I'm the choreographer and artistic director. And so we creating what we usually do. We creating pieces here, and then also I travel. So the last 3 years I traveled a lot back to Europe. I choreographed, for instance, I did with Vienna State Opera Ballet a piece, and then with Trinity Laban. Last year I was there choreographing, and obviously here doing every year, 3-4 projects with our company. And so that's sort of in a nutshell what I do and what we are doing. So yeah.
Sounds very exciting.
Yeah.
So how has COVID-19 affected your life and livelihood?
Quite a lot. I mean, it's obviously we are all affected. So it sounds always weird when you talk just for yourself, but we are affected like every other arts organization or single artist. We had for instance, the 2020 2021 was all planned, and there was a lot happening in there were 3 months in Germany, Düsseldorf and Essen. Then there was a couple of months in Vienna, Austria, in a choreographic institute. So there were really very exciting plans, and they all disappeared in one go. But they not really disappeared. It's luckily, I mean, nobody knows when, but they all shifted. So I'm still in contact with the people I work in Germany. Obviously with the people I work in Vienna. So everything is postponed. And here, our projects here, that's all. We had a project also with the Boulder Symphony, and that's gone, and other things. So they are really, everything is postponed. But as we know, like everybody else, we don't know when it goes on, and all my workshops and teaching, it's all disappeared. And I do a lot on Zoom, obviously. We recouped very quickly to teach on Zoom. So we were very fast. We are still offering everyday classes, and then we always do workshops on Zoom. Like 3-hour workshops. So and then we also do showings from pieces I did in Europe. We do like a sort of a premiere on YouTube. So there's one actually coming up in this coming Sunday. We show a piece what I did in London last year. So so that's exciting. But we are really affected. I mean, it's sort of, everything disappeared. I mean, that's like everybody else, and obviously we are in dance you have to be in a studio and work with people close together, and that's gone. So thank God for Zoom. That's works. Works actually really good. Actually really good, I have to say. And the one good thing is on Zoom, people take class now from other states, or even I have some from London taking my class. Even with the time shift. So that's sort of like, meeting old friends again, and that's is now there, and hopefully it stays. So yeah.
There's always some silver linings, huh?
There is, yeah.
Yeah. So you've obviously been awarded a COVID-19 work project stipend.
Uh-huh.
Would you mind just briefly telling me about your project and how it can support connectivity in your neighborhood?
Yeah, so so we won this grant, but it's very exciting. So we are. So the plan is, so we're living in North Boulder in the Holiday neighborhood, and there's a park. So we live right by the park. So and there's the houses. They're sort of in a circle, um, um, and our plan is to so we keep the distance, and so obviously people can also come from the neighborhoods behind, from the houses, and watch. Like I said, there's a large park grass where they can. There's enough space for people to spread out. So there's, and so we are doing. We sort of, the idea is, it will obviously change, but it's just the beginning ideas, that we do it on the sort of on the edge of the park, and so people can even watch from their porches, from the houses, or from the windows, or from the balconies, and it slowly travels sort of the curve around the park, and so the project is so what we're doing also, we have handheld lights, you know, battery powered, strong ones, and also the music is, everything is portable. So what travels with, and we have also, then at the same time we have a filmmaker filming it, the whole situation, and then I use a dancer from Cleopatra Robinson, because I started also that, but also fell apart. I started choreographing a piece for Cleo, and 2 days before everything got shut down, so we had the 2 days of rehearsal, and then so we had to stop. So I use and I started with two female dancers, and one of the female dancers, Jasmine, I will so she will come out on 4th of July when the project is. So we will work first on Zoom, and then the day off she will come, and we will distance, choreograph, rehearse whatever needs to be done, and so she will be part of that project. So it's and yeah, because I also wanted to incorporate the terrible pandemic, of course, and that's nobody knows where it will go, when it will stop, and but then also we have now the terrible riots, and I absolutely believe Black lives do matter a lot, and the police brutality, what I see and what I experienced, not myself experienced, what I see, and on news and all, and on other outlets. But I'm not saying that all police officers are like that, but we see it, we saw it ourselves, on the, and so I wanted to incorporate, and I work already with Cleo since over 20 years. We're working together, I work with the company and this, so we are very good friends, and so I thought, like, I wanted to bring them in, so that's why I choose a dancer who I worked already with, and sort of to also raise the voice in that way too, because it would be silly just doing and then forgetting the other, because everything, right now everything changes by the hour, by the day, as you know. And so that was the reason why I wanted to have somebody else with me, and we're gonna be like, I think like 4 people, but in distance. So there will be 2 dancers, and Jennifer will be in charge of light, sound, but we also, the dancers will be also in charge of lighting, and then the filmmaker, the camera, so we all will travel in our 6 feet apart. This so that's sort of roughly the idea of the project. So
Wonderful. And you said that's July 4th.
July 4th, yes.
Great.
And it
And
will, so it's July 4th, and it starts at 8:30.
8:30. Okay, great. We'll keep that in mind. Um, and so is there anything else you'd like to share about your experience of the project?
Like I said, I'm just starting to put the music together, because the idea is also, I work a lot, mainly only like with electronic music, and certain composers who compose electronic music, very minimal music sometimes. So I thought, like, for outside, for this project, because it's sort of a people's project. I will choose different music. I will choose. I think I will choose music what people maybe recognize, if it's now songs, or if it's a certain group they recognize. Uh, I think that's sort of. I believe it's sort of, it gives it a better uh, understanding, because it's for the people, and for sort of. It should be a positive outlook. That's the idea of the project. It should be a positive, that everything is not doom and gloom, even if it feels it is. But there is always, we are humans, we always find a way to come back, and come back better. Oops. And that's what the project should be. So that's very important, that it's a very positive experience for all of us, for the viewer, and also for the people who are involved. Yeah.
Wonderful. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.